Hey to everyone who's joining me live. This should be a quick one. I'm going to go online and we're going to talk about how to attract customers online and how to turn them into raving fans. So I'm going to show you some free tools. You guys know I'm in digital marketing, so I use paid tools, but I'm going to show you how you can use a couple different websites to at least get you started so you can figure out what type of content you need to create for your customer. So if you want to attract customers online specifically, you are going to either have to pay for advertisement or you're going to have to create content or a little bit of both. Okay. So for this, we're just going to talk about content, which is why I push that out of it being so important. So just a quick reminder for those of you who want to do the workshop with me live this Sunday. The link is in the description. So there's that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you my computer screen really quickly. Okay, so right now we're at Google Trends, right? And so Google Trends can help you get a better understanding as to what people are searching for, specifically on Google. So what I want you to consider first is your topic. Let's just choose, let me think of a topic. Let's think of interior design. Let's see if I know how to spell today. Interior design. Okay, so we're going to see what the trend is for interior design right now, right? So right now, what we're first going to do is, you guys know I'm in Portugal, so a lot of my stuff is going to default for Portugal. The problem with that is it's not going to be the data that's going to be relevant to you. So I encourage you to do this on your computer if you are in the US, but my information is going to say Portugal. I'm going to move this to the United States and hopefully that will, I could just type it. There we go. Okay, so we're looking at this over the past 12 months. So now let's adjust things just to look at the trend of over the course. Okay, so it's kind of going in a downward slope, but it's kind of stagnant right now. Now, that may not matter, but I just like to see in regards to the trends of specific industries, particularly if you're trying something new. You may want to choose an industry that people are actually searching for now. This is just a little stagnant, but this is just an example on how to use the tool. Okay, so don't be alarmed if you're interior design. It does not mean you made bad life choices. You okay? All right, so now we're going to go down here. Oops, let me get my notes out the way. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the locations, okay? So we have Utah, New York, California, Colorado, and District of Columbia. This is of the searches, this is where majority of the searches are coming from. And I'm going to show you why that matters in a minute. So we have down here, we have topics and we have related queries. So the queries are basically the keywords that people are using in order to search for this particular topic. So if you are an interior design artist, if you do renovations, whatever it is you do, there's going to be a certain set of keywords that people are using, okay? So let's just look through some of these. So we have interior design, we have app blogs, okay? People are looking for interior design blogs, and this is a breakout, okay? Design blogs. So if you have an interior design blog or you want to create one, this is the trend, is that it's a breakout trend. It's happening more often than it was before. So people are looking for interior design blogs. Okay. Actually, if you come beside it, let's come here. Okay. So we have Minecraft. That doesn't really relate. Interior design sketches. Okay, so you can basically just look through here, and what you're looking for are keyword terms based in your industry. So here's one that people are searching for: boho interior design, boho chic, best interior design apps, blogs, that type of thing. But let's look at boho right now. That's breakout. That is what Google is showing that people are searching for. Let's get a little bit more information from that. Okay, so this is the breakout of boho interior design. So what this is telling you, that if you need to create content, it would be advantageous to create content with these keyword terms. Okay, so if you're an interior design artist, you can put literally in your title, okay, the word boho. What does that mean? I'm assuming they mean bohemian, but they're putting boho. So what does that mean? How? And then from that, hold on, let's just take it back to the location. Oops, I'm opening the wrong thing. Come here. I'm all over the place. Hold on. Let's just take it back to the location, right? So right now we're using the key terms boho interior design. We see Utah, New York, California, Colorado, and District of Columbia. These are the places that people are searching for it the most. So if you want to take your keyword search to something long tail, you can say boho chic design for Washington, D.C. home, or boho chic design for small space in New York City apartment. You follow what I'm saying? Because basically you're creating content for that audience that would look for it. So let's think of some, kind of stereotypes of New York and New York apartments is that the apartments may be small space. So you can do interior design, boho design for small space in New York. Do you follow what I'm saying? So depending on what your service is, you can just take various keywords based on what Google is showing you that people are searching for. Okay. So that's just one example. So what you can do is you can look at these various keyword terms and just write them down. So this is just Google Trends. Take some time to check out Google Trends because it's actually a really good tool, particularly if you don't want to pay for a service like what I do. The services that you pay like $100 a month for, they're usually aggregating all this information from various search engine, YouTube included. So now we're going to head over to YouTube and going to type in, let me go back to home real quick so I can show you what I did. Interior design. And your industry here, of course. Okay, so this is what I want you to look. Why can't I type this? This is what I want you to look at. Some of the things that are already here means that Google, any auto suggest is basically Google telling you that this is what people are searching for. So interior design, this is just interior design ideas. So you can use something like interior design ideas for what? For a kitchen, for a small space, for a apartment in New York, for whatever. Just add it there. If you have a renovation company, the same thing. Now, you wouldn't say renovation company. You would say something like what you specialize as the renovation company. So you take these keywords and this is what you use to develop the content. So everyone asks me, well, what content do I create for people? If you're just starting out and people don't know your business yet, you have to create searchable content. Because that is how Google will bring people who hadn't thought or know about you about, okay? You're going to need searchable content. So in order to do that, you need to create content that is searchable. So YouTube is, again, the second largest search engine. Google is the first. So if you put your content on things that are search specific, it's easier for a new audience to find you. And that is going to be YouTube, your Quora and your Pinterest and things like that. If you do something on Instagram, it's not as organic. And Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, they will limit your reach unless you pay for advertising. So what I'm showing you right now is a very broad bootstrap. If you don't have an advertising budget, this is what you can do to kind of pull out some of the keywords and key terms in industries that people are already searching for in real time. Okay, actually, let me go back to Google Trends really quickly and show you something else. What was I getting ready to show you? So United States category, web search. This is what it. Down here. So you can search based on rising, which is what this breakout thing is. But more importantly, you can go from top. Now, when you do top, it will literally, when you do the top, it will literally show you what is searching at the top, not necessarily a breakout. So I want you to know that you can kind of change things that way. So let's move this as well. So this is also going to give you the topics and be a little more descriptive. But if you are looking for a trend that's just kind of popping up and so you can ride that wave, that is when you're going to move this from top to rising. Okay, does that make sense? Because in this example, we showed how boho interior design is now rising. Okay, so think about that as it relates to your particular industry. So right now we're going to do interior design ideas. Let's just go with that. Now we're going to look and see what you notice of the people that are showing up on the first page of Google. Look at their keywords. How are they typing things? Now, it's one of those SEO things that if you put years inside your title on YouTube, that does help. It doesn't mean you just inundate your whole feed with years, so don't do that. But if you update with the current year, then it tells the algorithm that this is something current. And of course, when Google or YouTube, someone's searching, the service wants to provide the most updated thing. So it does help that this individual put 2022 here, okay? In addition, so just take a look, peruse through the content, see what is showing up. Number one, take advantage of looking at the thumbnails. What do you notice? This is the time that you're going to write all that stuff down, because this is the content that you want. You want to create content and you want it to be as visually pleasing as possible. And as you can see, a lot of times they have at least one person in the thumbnail. That, I mean, they've done some studies to show that that matters if you have a face inside the thumbnail. So consider it. I know some of you all don't want to be on camera, but it's okay. All right. Okay. So let's see. Where are we with my notes? Okay. Did I talk about everything? So we talked about Google Trends. Let's head on over to Google. So this is just basic Google. Anything you want. This is how people find it, right? So interior design. Again, I'm in Portugal, so a lot of Portugal stuff is going to come up. But where you are, I encourage you to do this in your industry, right? And you're going to see what people are searching for. And avoid stuff like, of course, if someone's saying how to become interior design, you don't want to do that. But this one says interior design courses. This might be interesting because here you can decide, if you look at it, do you need to create a course for interior design? So think about the various ways, but this is going to show you based on where you're located. They're going to show you what people are searching for. So after you do all that, okay, you do a little bit of research with that. Next, we're going to talk about what do you do once you find the key terms and the topics in which you are interested in discussing. So the first thing you're going to consider is that you're going to create valuable content that is searchable. I just showed you how you can find some key terms and some keywords to use to make it searchable. You're going to put those keywords in your content, whether that be a video or whether that's a blog, okay? Create valuable content. So in the case of this example of boho chic, what are some things that someone would be interested in knowing if they were trying to get this boho chic look? Is it what items make it boho chic? What particular stores would help them achieve that look? Think about what that is for your industry and create some great content that surrounds around that, right? Now, you create a valuable lead magnet as your call to action. So the call to action, like the call to action is this video. If you want to work, and we're dealing with this all next week, all Sunday, and you want to work with me live, the call to action in this video is that you can sign up for the workshop, link in the description. When you do something, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, so in the video, you can give a call to action, and that will be your lead magnet. Okay, so remember, guys, I told you I had 2 lead magnets, or I only have 2 lead magnets with the Driven Spice brand currently. That was the Portuguese checklist and the Digital Nomad Toolkit. Those are my 2 lead magnets. You need to figure out what would be helpful. So let's stick with the example of someone who's interested in having this boho chic design, right? So what would be helpful in that industry? Maybe a checklist of retailers that will offer certain items within that type of look. Maybe a color palette. Maybe, I don't do interior design, so I really can't give you anything too helpful. But something that would help them achieve that look they're looking for, and it still relates to that content. Okay, so give them a valuable lead magnet. Anytime you put content out there, you want to have some type of call to action. And so that's what the lead magnet will help you do, okay? So after you do that, when you put out your lead magnet, you're going to have this in either a CRM, which is your customer relation management software, or your email autoresponder, okay? So what happens is someone says, oh, I want this checklist. I want this list of PDF. I want whatever it is. They click a link that is in your call to action, whether that be in your email, in your description box on your YouTube video, or in your blog post, or what have you. They click that link, they submit their email address, you send them what they asked for, okay? Make sure it's super, super valuable because this is your first interaction with your customer. Now, after you give them what they asked for, you may want to follow up, see if it was helpful, if it was useful, have they used it yet, have they opened it yet? Now, the reason why you want a detailed, you want a software that can handle the back end, you want to know if people are actually opening it. And if people aren't opening it, and some things have changed with Apple updates and Facebook updates, I will leave that alone and not bore you with that. But if you see that no one's opening your content, then there can be some other issues there. It can be your subject line is bad. It can be it's going into spam. It could be a variety of different reasons. But if you don't have a way to monitor that as a business owner, you are going to waste your efforts. So again, you're going to do your call to action in the autoresponder. You deliver what they ask for, and then you put them into, I think that's my next point. Is it? You put them into a welcome sequence. So the welcome sequence is after they ask for it, you still want to communicate with your audience, okay? From that, you're asking them how and learning more as to what you can provide for them. This is how you create the raving fans, okay? Because it's a much better experience if someone shows that they actually care about the benefit of working with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So many things are so transactional. The way that you can build a better customer base is if you actually communicate with them and figure out how your skill set can deliver what they need. So that is how the welcome sequence is going to continue to nurture your potential customer after the fact. Then you communicate with them and see what else they may need, right? Now, again, I just said that you're going to communicate with your audience. Now, for me and for you, what I'm saying is that you ask them where they're stuck. So in the case of the boho interior design, you're asking them, in this case, what you can ask them, what part of your house are you interested in creating this boho chic design for? And maybe you get some responses saying, oh, I want it in a kitchen, I want it in a living room, I want it in my bedroom. That gives you an understanding of what content you can create. You can say, oh, people are responding, they like it in the bedroom. Okay. Sorry, I'm such a child. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. Such a kid. People say they would like the bohemian style in their living room, okay? So if that is what they want, you can pull together a series of vendors that can produce those different looks for that. You can come up with pictures, you can come up with design ideas, because that is what people are responding to you. But you don't get that information if you do not communicate with them. So I say all that to say, you do that. And then you communicate with them and find out what the product, you can find out what the product is after the fact, okay? So you're getting all this feedback, this information. People are responding on your blog posts or your YouTube comments. And all of a sudden, you're going to start to hear the same thing over again. And that is when you can get a better idea as to, okay, this is the product that my audience is saying that I need to create. But you won't know that if you do not communicate with them. This is a complete different than people going out and writing a book and not building the audience, and now no one's writing the book. So I'm encouraging you to communicate with your audience with valuable, searchable content. So I know some of you all may have YouTube channels and it's possible that you're not getting the reach that you want to. A lot of that has to do with your keywords. So you're putting keywords in there that no one knows about. So if you were typing things for any of your content and it's not including keywords that people are searching, it's going to be an issue. Okay, so don't title something vlog day 12 of 5. No one's searching for that. But as I showed you using Google Trends, people are searching for certain things. Make sure you title your content and you use those words throughout your content so that so the algorithms can pick this up. Okay, that's the way you're going to get to people online. That's just, everything is revolved around an algorithm, a website, data mining. Like, that's just what it is. So when I tell you to create content, Google will tell you the keywords that you need for the content that you need to create. Now, if this is something you're going to do often or you're going to do it for people, I would recommend looking into a software that will do that. So I hope that's helpful. This one's going to be a short one. Hey, folks who are joining me, thanks for joining me. If you don't have any questions, then I will go ahead and head out. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are talking about what? What are we talking about tomorrow? What are we talking about? We're talking about, how to create the content. So rarely am I going to tell you to create ebooks or anything like that. No one's about to read that. So checklists and spreadsheets and things like that are usually very helpful. So I'll show you how to create that content, okay? And some other content that you can use to make it searchable. So now you know, just to recap, okay? You're going to use something like Google Trends, Google, and YouTube, and look in the auto suggest of YouTube and Google, but also see in your industry what people are searching for. You're going to create content using the keywords that Google told you they were searching for. In the content, you're going to have a call to action. That call to action is going to be what we call in the industry your lead magnet. This is what's going to put people into your email or your CRM system, okay? From that, you deliver what you said you were going to deliver, the helpful, valuable content, and you put them in your welcome sequence, and you continue to communicate with them and find out what they need so that you can decide what the product is, what the service is, and everything like that, okay? So again, if you want to work on this in your business specifically, I am teaching this on Sunday. You'll be working with me live in addition to some other entrepreneurs that are doing the same thing. Now, in your business, if you haven't figured out who your audience is or what your service is, this particular workshop is not going to be for you, okay? Anything like that, when you're not trying to, you don't even know your concept, we can discuss that here on YouTube Live if you come with your questions, and I can help you kind of figure that part out. But don't do the workshop if you don't know that, because you're going to struggle. So thank you guys. Oh, I'm so glad that it was helpful. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. All right, folks, that was my time. I will see you same time tomorrow. And if you have any questions about your business specifically, go ahead and write them down today, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. I will stay around as long as you need me. And until next time.